feeling, you know, a lot of people have been saying this, Germany, they will come good. Maybe they're coming good at the right time. They're up against Norway. Norway, they were unsuccessful against Italy this morning, only putting 85 on the board. Italy being able to knock those off with 3 wickets and 6 balls to go. So they were victorious. 102-94, expected to go to Norway's way, and I think a lot of that is down to the success that Norway have had in this championship, especially this week, compared to what Germany have. Norway also do hold the upper hand the 2 times that these teams have met in both night matches, funny enough. In the first one, match number 5, it was Germany that got the victory, restricting Norway to 81 and then knocking them off with 6 balls to go. It was an amazing match that featured 2 hat-tricks, a hat-trick from their captain, Walter Bear, who took 3 for 10, and also a hat-trick by Asad Mohammed. It's the first time we've had 2 hat-tricks in an innings. But in the next time they matched, it was another night match, and it was this time around Germany that had the issues with the bat. They were restricted to 59, and Norway knocked them off with 25 balls to go. The player of the match in that one was Raza Iqbal, and I think he's going to be key in this as well. He took 3 for 13 and then scored 35 in 13 deliveries as well. So he's going to be the key. He's the one I think that Germany need to see the back of pretty soon, and he is right out there opening the batting. So Raza Iqbal and Tangava Divel have been the opening pair that if they get going, they can hurt you, and that's what Germany will know. They need to break this partnership pretty early. Walter Bear, well, he took a wicket at the very first ball of the innings when they played Switzerland, and he took out the dangers for him, Nazir. Can he also get this left-hander out, Raza Iqbal? This is the wicket they want. Iqbal has been in the form of his life at the moment. Our official timekeeper for Drike Constant will say, let's go any minute, and he does. So here we go. Here's the battle of bat versus ball in this Dream 11 European Cricket Championship. Everything to play for. And this has just been blocked out by Iqbal. Probably senses the danger of Walter Bear, the German captain. Germany will be on a high. Remember that out of both these teams out there, it is Germany whose last match was a victory. Norway lost to Italy. Italy await to play whoever wins out of these 2 in the final later. Short, and well, he gets a little bit of a top edge as this rolls away, races away to the boundary. And I'm glad to see that we have a big crowd in the fan zone as well, and making a lot of noise. That's very good. I'm pretty sure that the sales of Victoria will go through the roof here today. Short right at Iqbal. Iqbal has had trouble with the short ball that is right into him, and once again you see here, not a convincing shot. Gets a bit of glove on this. So 4 runs, the first boundary and first runs of this very important match. Qualifier number 2. 1 team will go through to the final later tonight. The final that will be played, the day-night match, starts with the last bit of daylight we have of the day and finishes off in the night skies of this Karma Oval, floodlight lit. Iqbal playing and missing again. He just strokes this away. It's a bit more of a cautious approach. He's already got the boundary. So I don't mind that from Iqbal. Well, Ngava Divel will now get on strike. He's also, well, it's almost a case of when Iqbal has played well, he plays well. They sort of support each other really well. So it's going to be a very, very important partnership. Germany will know this. I'm Rico Full. You're watching the European Cricket Network. This is the Dream 11 Championships. It's the Euros of cricket. And, well, it's a great pleasure to be joined in the Dream Box by the one, the only, Vinny Sandu, Mr. Maximo.
It's good to be in here with you. Much for the first time today, I think. As Bear gets one through Tangavadevil, first ball. Got to say, big hello to the guys from Galton Cricket Club. They are in the house for a weekend. Well, give us a wave, guys. All the guys from Galton here, including Coventry, Chris, and they're from Swansea in Wales. So big welcome to you. I know you're going to have a great afternoon. Just 3 teams still in the frame for that last spot on Monday.
This is hit straight down the ground, and he goes all the way. Ball! And that is the first Maximo of this match. Big hit, Vinny.
Well, that was big boy bangs from Tangavadevil. He just flat bats this off for length, and he gets it right out the middle. How quick did that ball escape the field? That was record pace.
That's a cracking shot. Well, they liked it. And, well, Zishan and the rest of the gang in the dugout, they liked it as well. That was also the end of the over. Finishes well with that Maximo. So 4 and 6 in the over, 11 without loss off the first.
Turns out to be a pretty good over. How interesting is this? This is wins batting first versus wins batting second. The first week finished 13-11. So did the second. So did the third. Right now it's 11 all. So if the pattern holds, then I guess teams batting first are going to win these matches. Let's see what happens, but pretty even all things considered.
It's well bowled, good areas. The new bowler comes in, and that's Amshad Shahzad. Bowled well, hasn't he? He's supported the opener, the captain, Volta Bear, very well, and now he's looking to get the breakthrough.
Amshad Shahzad, always handy having that left arm, right arm combination. And Garrettson setting a very quick pace. Let's see if they can keep it up all afternoon. And Tangavadevil gets on strike after banging a 6 last ball. Let's see what he does here.
Well, he misses out on one, which is, well, snuck in on the wide line, but I think clever from Shahzad. I believe he just holds the pace up on this one slightly, but good areas. There's not too much that the batter can do with that.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfectly pitched. That's what he was going for. That's the thing about these left armers. A lot of the time they'll just angle the ball across, but if they can bring the occasional one back, we saw Amadou Shimwari doing that very, very well before from Norway. We'll see him in the second innings of this game.
Gone, bowled. It's a horrendous shot. He goes for the big hit, plays all around him. Shot Maria Ganda, Bappers Agya Banda. Well, that is a boogie, oogie. Kukubara 5 ball. And you can see there's timber all over the place. Jug the Patte style. That's the breakthrough they needed.
Amadou Shimwari, well, we saw him do it a few times, but right now we're looking at Amshad Shahzad with a ball that does come back, clips the top of that middle stump, and I think Tangavadevil will be disappointed with this shot. He just loses his shape, drops that front shoulder. See here, just loses that, tries to go leg side. And Germany, they're pumped up. I mean, they have had a really rough week, only winning 2 of their 8 group matches, but they did get here after upsetting Switzerland earlier this morning. And right now, they want to carry that momentum to the final. Only the 6 for Tangavadevil in the end. He's the first wicket to fall in qualifier 2. It's 12 for 1.
Yeah, 1 hit. 6 runs, that's all he finishes with, and the bowler is absolutely pumped. And this is a brave call as well, isn't it? We see Darshana Kurage coming back into the side. We know that he's had a little bit of illness, so some health issues, and well, we're hoping that he's well. He's been given the call up here, so he'll be behind the stumps. And also, I think it's an opportunity, Vinny, to see the best of this guy.
Yeah.
We've seen snippets, but he hasn't gone on to be big. Now would be the perfect time for him to shine.
I like him at 3 as well. Again, it hasn't quite seemed himself. He's had some issues with his health this week. Let's see how he goes against Shahzad.
Plays his way and sensibly gets himself off the mark. Well, to say sensibly, I don't know if Raza Iqbal is going to play sensibly. He only likes to attack, and we've seen him. He's another one, we've seen him make a big 80 not out in that, when he and the man that's already gone, and Tangavadevil put on a 115 partnership. But other than that, he's been in the high 20s and 30s. He's also due another big score. Shahzad. And he goes for it, doesn't quite get it. He's dipping, but the fielder comes and he takes a catch. And that is it. The 2 big guns have gone, and you can see what it means to them. And Germany have taken another. Both the danger batters have gone. Raza Iqbal will go for 6 of that, his 6th delivery. So both the openers go for 6. And now, well, Germany, they are on a high. They know already here they've done the hard work. They've got rid of 2 batters that a lot of the other teams in this group could not do.
Yeah, if you're going to get Norway, you've got to get the openers, and they've both gone pretty early on. Just the 1 boundary each. Raza Iqbal takes on the fielder and loses, not quite off the middle. He was concerned straight away, and well, he might have been. Simple catch taken out there by Ashad Safi, and that meant a lot to the Germans. They knew that was a huge wicket. Raza is a guy that can take the game from you pretty quickly. And Maya, the flag flying for her, and Raza Iqbal, no joy for him in this one. 6 off 6
yeah, a little
for Raza.
Shake of the head as he goes up the stairs there, and you can see there that the dugout is very quiet. They're pretty silent. But, well, if they ever needed an innings from a captain, this is the time. Sufyan Salim comes out to try and see if he and Kuruge can put a partnership together to get them to a healthy score.
Yeah, if they ever need a captain's knock, it's now from Salim. He's just eyeing off that leg side. There's 4 fielders on that side of the field, the right-hand side of the field.
Well bowled, just drops the bat on it. They'll take the single. So they're pretty happy just dropping the bat, taking the single. But so far, it's the big shots. Every time they're going for the big shot, they got themselves in trouble. But what a great over that one is from Shazad. Only goes for 3 runs, but picks up 2 vital wickets.
Yeah, 14 for 2 after 2 overs. If you are enjoying this European cricket action, got some good news for you, because we will be taking this show on the road after the end of next week, where we will finish on the 14th of October with the ECC final. You can join us in Croatia for a week, and then 2 weeks in Malta. We'll be back in Spain and Barcelona for a 5-week series to finish the year. It continues all the way until the 11th of December. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. If you love cricket and you like a lot of it and you like entertaining cricket, well, you've got to be part of the ECN family.
Slower deliveries to start off with. It's been just, once again, just played away. They've, like I say, don't have too many issues just pushing the ball away to take the single, but it's the power hitting that they're looking for as well, to try and get the acceleration in that they need here. It's the last over in the power play, and Asad Mohammed starts it off.
Yeah, Germany always seem to have the building blocks, but little towers keep falling down for them this week. But can they put it together here on finals day? They're on a heater.
Delicately played away to the third man area, who doesn't take it cleanly, but I don't think there's enough pace on the ball to take it past the fielder as he misjudges it.
It doesn't cost them too much. I want to say a big hello to everyone at the Lauro Bowls Club as well in El Correa. I know that Trevor was having a chat with me recently. He's the competition secretary there. It's part of the golf complex, and they've been enjoying the cricket as well. So hello to all of you that are watching. Slight field adjustment now. The point comes up into the circle.
Yeah, brings the point in because he wants to push longer back. And, well, it's going to go over long on. This is the big hit. Gea, Shaka, Logia. Manos arriba, árbitro, porque eso es 6 carreras. Qué grande, qué guay. Qué bien por el capitán.
How about that from Sufyan Salim? That was a strong hit, a long hit. Nothing too wrong with the ball. But a bit like a half-price rug sale. Everything had to go, according to Salim. That one was out of here.
And straight now to the fielder at square leg. Sufyan can't believe it. He punches his own bat. It's 6 and out for him. It's a slower delivery from Asad Mohammed. It's a little bit shorter. Sufyan eyes get big. He thinks he's going to be pumping this to the boundary, but he hits it straight to the man at square. Another one bites the dust.
Oh, it's crazy. 6 and out situation again. I mentioned that when these two teams met earlier in the week, the first batting team always got rolled. It was Norway that got bowled out for 81 on Monday night. Last night, Germany were bowled out for just 59, and second team batting won. Despite that, Norway decided to bat first after winning the toss, and Salim, he is ropeable with himself. That's 3 wickets in the power play, 22 for 3.
Yeah, I mean, he gets this completely wrong, doesn't he? He sees the ball, but what he's trying to do, for some reason, he's trying to roll the wrist on it to keep the ball down, gets it wrong, and all he succeeds in doing is guiding it straight to Rohit Singh. What he needed to be doing is to hitting it on the up. It would have cleared him, it would have gone all the way. That's why he's disappointed himself. Well, Rohit, he's liking it. He's having a bit of laugh there with the umpire out there, Asad Ali.
Yeah, those two look like they were auditioning for a toothpaste commercial. There are a lot of teeth on display there. Rohit Singh, why wouldn't he be happy after pouching that one? New batter is Rahimi. He's the guy that won the game the other night for Norway, taking 21 off and over. But what can he do here? Still 2 balls in the power play.
Plays a nice shot, but well fielded. Trying to get this in the gap between the third man and backward point, but he gets down onto it quickly, stops the ball going past. Rahimi, yeah, I mean, that's the only real contribution that he's made with the bat, but he knows now's the time for him to shine. Kurage, well, what's going through his head at the other end?
He can be a bit more of a stabilising influence, I think, around Rahimi. Rahimi has done it before under pressure, though. Last ball for Mohammed this over.
And, well, you can see here that Kurage, he's probably thinking to himself, right, I'm not going to do anything silly at the moment. But the thing is, him pushing it around, if the other batters keep coming out, he's going to get to a point where he's going to start thinking, right, okay, I'm running out of partners. I'm going to have to play a few shots. That is the end of the power play. And with that one, with 3 wickets in, it belongs to Germany.
No doubt about that. See, the 3 overs in the power play are complete. So 5 outfielders allowed from this point forward. 11, 3 and 10 off those 3 overs. Just a quick shout out to all of the people watching around the world. In particular, I've got some messages here from all the guys at the SEMA Sports Centre in Perth, Australia. So to Astro, to Mitch, to Rooch, to Aaron and Ty and all the other guys at SEMA's, they are enjoying the action. And I've heard they are big Norway supporters. Well, don't worry, guys. We have seen teams come back from worse situations. But Norway, they really do need a partnership here.
Yeah, partnership. I mean, this goes back to what I've said a few times. Really lost these wickets in the power play. They've got to look maybe at the next 18 deliveries, see themselves without losing any wickets to the end of, say, the 6th over and say, right, okay, now we've got this partnership going. Now all right, the score, even if they go at sort of, 6 to 8 and over, that's fine, because you then will at least have wickets in hand to go big for the last 24 deliveries. Very important phase of this innings and this match. Spin comes on, clever shot. That is beautiful. That is so well played. And wherever Corey Ruckers is, I think he's fallen off his chair celebrating, because he's probably saying he hasn't seen enough of this. It's clever, it's sensible, good awareness and good vision there from Kurage. All he's doing here, he steps across, he knows there's nobody out there, and just, well, he nurdles this across 4 runs.
Very skillful batting, and he is a skillful guy. I actually don't think the bowling change bothers Kurage at all. Now already forces a field change, and Srinivas is always going to put it in that pocket. I think that Kruger knew exactly where that ball was going to be, and he was ready for it.
But now he's quite happy once again just to paddle this to man. The man that's third man, so takes a single. The call is responded well to by Rahimi. He'll now go back on strike.
This is why we say always that you need to have depth in your squad. You can't rely on the same 1 or 2 guys to win you the game all the time. So we're going to have to see something from the Norway middle order here. They're going to.
Well, this could be a no ball. What's this going to? Well, it gets called a wide, so it obviously takes a little bit off the pitch. See this again, and yeah, just catches the pitch.
Just.
Now, Uppish is going to be quick. A good throw. He might be in trouble, but well, I think he senses it, Kurage. That's why he gets the dive and slide in. When he gets in.
Yeah, Kurage hasn't been feeling that well, but he's forced to spring into action there, directed. I think he might have been just gone, but you can see the effort. There's no tomorrow. In fact, there's no tonight for one of these 2 teams. Only one can make it through to the final.
Srinivas trying to get one to go through, flights it up. It's good delivery, well played as well. Kurage looking like he's trying to shape himself to play a very big, important role in this match. A big innings, but he needs support at the other end. Rahimi, can he be the one to provide it? He commits, and well, dances down the track only to drop the bat on it, and well, the throw is attacked at his end. Yeah, that's well bowled from Srinivas, and he needed to drop the bat on this, Rahimi, didn't he?
I've got to say that I'm really impressed with the way Srinivas makes kind of in-delivery adjustments when he sees batters moving around. At that time he saw Rahimi charging at him, so he just pulled it a little bit shorter, but not too much.
No, this is not a good ball. Good work, though, behind the stumps there from Husnain Kabir, because this one could have been 5. He gets some glove on it. To means that the fielder is able to field it. It will be 2 wides, though. Not a good delivery, but you can see there, that gets past him. That was the quicker ball darted in, but loses his line. And this will be out. Yes, it will. Rahimi gets a little nick on it. So Srinivas is not the best ball he's bowled, but he knows that Rahimi already tried to come down the track to him once more time. He pushes this wide and says, well, okay, let's see if you try it again. Well, he doesn't try and come down. His feet stay planted. He throws the bat at it, gets a little snick. Well, the difference between Rahimi and Cinderella is Cinderella knew when to leave the ball. That's another.
Yeah, and this is a really good catch from Kabir behind the stumps. It's a bottom edge. You see, he stays down on it. You see, he threatens to leave home and tries to get back in. And he's locked out, and huge nick on that. Well bowled, but also very, very well caught by Kabir. So Ibrahim, in the end, it would have been better off missing it. Little edge means that he has to go, and Norway have lost a 4th wicket. At the end of 4 overs now, it's 35 for 4.
Yeah, they just keep losing wickets. I mean, it's 2 wickets in that second over from Shahzad, and then since then, a wicket in every over. They really needed that one to go wicketless. That was the plan. But Rahimi, he's got that natural aggression about him. He wanted to go after it, gets an edge. So another one goes down. So who is going to be able to stick around here? I mean, they're in all bits of trouble. But this man, well, he's not a bad one to have out there, is he? Faisal Raza.
Yeah, true.
Can hit the ball pretty well. I think you got Raza there, and you've also gone to the likes of, well, I'm just looking down the list here. And yeah, Sahak. They're holding Sahak back at the moment because he's an aggressive player. He hasn't really performed yet. This is going to be close. There's a shake of the head from the umpire, probably because it's just going down the leg. One thing we do know about Shoaib Khan is he does get big swing on the ball. Big in-swingers.
Loves to swing that ball left to right. Watch it go. Getting him probably already outside the line. A leg stump and going further. Want to say a quick hello to Charles Curran and in particular to Anthony Larkey, who is Norwegian. He's biting his nails right now. Well, you're not the only one, Anthony. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Shoaib wants to swing it right back into those stumps, I can tell you that much.
Nicely played. It was not that far away from the man at square, but he gets enough of it. He gets it past Shahzad, and that will go to the boundaries. And they do need this. They need some positive shots at the same time. Running those singles is key. But, well, when it's there, you got to execute it, and he does. It's uppish, but he gets it past the fielder, Shahzad. 4 runs.
Yeah, and just goes with the movement. Takes a bit of a risk, but that was all in the timing. It was just a little flick, wasn't it? It went to the boundary pretty quickly. Shoaib Khan just has to move it over a little bit to the left here.
Oh, this is another. It is, and he's gone. He's not even waiting for the decision. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. It really is. So Shoaib, once again, we see a batter finding the boundary, but then coming back the bowler with a wicket.
Yeah, this hits the top of middle stump. It goes straight through the gate, and I said he has to move a little bit to the left because he's getting that big in swing, and Shoaib with the perfect reply. This goes straight through the gate. Watch it on the replay. Comes back in, and it's handled, but that's after it hits the top of the middle stump. Gabir ends up with the ball, but the stumps were gone by then. And Germany finding some form on finals day. We've seen it happen before. Is it going to be a fairy tale for them? Right now, it's a nightmare for Raza, who has to go 4 and out for him. It's 40 for 5.
Yeah, good batters come, but good batters go. They may make a contribution with the boundary, but then they're on their way back. Well, this man hasn't really found his form. We know what he can do, Mohammad Shah Sahak. Well, this is a good opportunity, a good moment for him to shine.
Listen to his stats in ECC cricket, though, for a guy who I think is such a dynamic player. He has 8 runs at an average of 0.88, and he's been out from 9 of the 19 balls he's ever faced in T10 international cricket. But I still think he's very capable. I want to say hello to Raz just quickly. He's watching with all the guys from Botanic Ridge. Hopefully you guys are well. They really enjoyed Ahmed smacking the ball around earlier. But, well, get ready for another cliffhanger.
Goes full and places out onto the offside. Voltaire, the captain, will do the fielding. So he gets off the mark, so that's a good sign.
Well, Mohammad Shah Sahak has just got his career average to 1. So that's something. But I tell you what, I watched this guy bat in the T20 internationals earlier in the year, and he smacked the innings of the whole tournament. Quick 60 off something like 17 balls or something like that.
It's a nice looking shot, but we'll find the fielder here. What do you think here is going through the head of somebody like Kurage? Because he's being patient, he's waiting for somebody to stick around. Nobody's sticking around. They keep losing wickets every over. Do you think he's going to start playing some shots?
Kurage has a stabilising influence. His job, especially, you got to compliment who you're batting with. His job is just to get minimum 1 off every ball and make sure they don't get bogged down. Shah Sahak will be crazy because that's what he likes to do. It's deep in the crease. Now, maybe not. He's gone the other way now. But I can tell you it's the end of the 5th over. And Norway 42 for 5. I think Sahak just wanted to make sure he would still be around for the start of the 6th over. I want to say very, very warm welcome to all of you that are watching from around the world. It's finished down to him as to Maximo. Joining me is Rico. Full big thank you to Corey Ruckers and also to Graham Swan, who have been in the box as well today. Big hello once again to all the guys from Garrison CC who are joining us from Swansea. And I hope you have a great weekend. Now, it's a great place to go. If you want to play some cricket, come to the Costa del Sol because it's an experience unlike any other.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to know more, look, you can go into the website, just type in Costa del Sol Cricket, and you'll see the Colombo Oval, and what a place it is. It is the home of cricket at the moment here in Spain, and look at it. It looks absolutely splendid. Remember, we've got this match, and then later on it will be the final. These two teams playing to get the right, or earn the right if you like, to be playing Italy. They're asking for another here, and it's gone. They've got the big wicket. Kurage now also goes caught behind. Well, what a moment this is, and Kaiba, well, what an opportunity it is for him to hit the record books as well, because he just keeps on taking the catches. Oh, wow, they're in all sorts now with Kurage now gone. That's another wicket that goes. That's 6 down here now, and I can't see them getting back from this, you know.
Well, you say that, but we've seen some pretty interesting matches. Hey, don't forget last time these two teams met, Germany were bowled out for 59, but that's ancient history right now for Maya, who is really feeling very good about things. She's been supporting the team through thick and thin all week. That one just goes across and doesn't really straighten down the line. Karuga, I think he knew he nicked it. He turned his head around and quick glance, he knew he had to go. Bat under the arm. Again, the left armour doing the job. Can they dig their way out of this? Norway, 42 for 6. You say it's a long way back, and it probably is, but you've still got a guy out there, Mohamed Shesahak. He is so due to fire. All you need is to get 1 or 2 guys that can still go at that kind of 2 a ball or more, and you could still get to something like the 100.
Well, he waits, fired up. Shazad, 3 wickets, 3 runs conceded in just the 7 balls that he's bowled. Well, he is really firing at the moment. He's charged up, in he comes again. And this is not a good delivery. It's down the leg side. So Vinay Ravi has been elevated up the order to try and see if he can steady things a little bit here. So Ravi, well, he's probably thinking, look, give me 40 more runs. Give me something to bowl at.
Yeah, exactly. Think about how well they've defended so far in this series. Shazad wants a 4th.
Nicely played. It's a lovely looking shot. Oh, this is a beaut. Absolute beaut. This is great timing for Vinay Ravi. And he just waits on this and just puts this in the gap. This is a lovely shot. This is class. Top draw.
Well, here's the thing. Ravi regularly bats 11 for Norway. So if you want to see how much depth they've got in their batting, you're looking at it right there. So he's up at number 8. I think he's a good guy for the situation as well. He just always seems to dig deep for his team. And they've put him under pressure a few times with the ball. Right now he's under pressure with the bat.
Shazad will want to reply. And, well, that's nicely played as well. Comes out to it, puts his foot to the pitch. Well, somebody somewhere is shouting 2. There's never a 2 there. And Sahak, and he almost fell for it.
I want to say a quick hello to Gail Williams as well, who's watching from Port Macquarie in New South Wales in Australia. Must be pretty late there now. I reckon it'll be almost 1 a.m, but thanks to all of the viewers that are sticking with us. Certainly worth waiting for. Can Norway fight their way out of this situation? Mohamed Shesahak is a top score of 3 in ECC cricket.
Well bowled again. Well played this from Saka. You get the feeling here that, you know, that Vinay Ravi is talking to him and just trying to drum into him. Hey, come on, I know you're itching to have a go, but just stay with me here for a bit. Just stay with me for a bit.
Be a little bit more selective. You don't want to be conservative, but when the one's there to hit, Shesahak no doubt will go after it. Ravi's been impressive so far in 2 deliveries.
Again, a really nice shot. Just leans into his... Positioning is good.
I don't think this guy should be batting 11 ever for any cricket team. How good is he looking at the moment, Vinay Ravi? He's brought up the 50 for Norway now with the ball to go in the 6th over.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, we've said this plenty of times that score-wise, rate-wise, they won't be too bothered about it. The question is, can they keep it maintained and can they finish well in the last few overs here and get themselves to a score? Once again, this is played into the deck. And Voltaire is the one who comes in. Difficult one for him to try and attack and to have a shot at the stumps. That will be the end of the over. Again, it's superb bowling for Shazad. He goes for 12 in his spell, but he's picked up 3 valuable wickets. And the score is 51 for 6.
51 for 6. I mean, it looks terrible, but 2 a ball gets you 99, and in a final, that might be enough. Germany have had a lot of trouble chasing in this series, although one of their successful chases was against Norway, where they successfully chased 82. That was a Monday night that crazy game where Germany took 2 hat-tricks in an innings. We also saw these two teams playing last night, but there wasn't as much on the line, really. The standings had been decided by that point. Here's a second over now from Srikesh Srinivas. Off spinner. Sahak, how long can he be sensible?
Well, not that long. He waits and he goes and he gets his right out of the middle. Well, that is as sweet as a bowl of rasmalai. Seis carreras.
Well, there you go. I mean, he signals straight to the dressing room saying, finally, it's his first boundary in T10 international cricket. It's crazy because this is pretty much the end of his second year. But finally, he gets the one he wants. He deserves just a push. He is so powerful.
You like the way he waits for this. Now, well, he noodles this to the third man. He's been busy out there, hasn't he? I think there's been a lot of shots being played and guided to the third man. He's done well under pressure. Just a single taken. Sahak, that boundary would have done him the world of good.
I've been waiting for Mohammad Sahak to go off. Will it last, though? The thing is, if he fails here and Norway lose the game, it will be his last chance to show us what he can do. Ravi has just been a bit of a rock since he came in. Misses for the first time here, though. Srinivas so good at hitting that wide hole line, which is wide-ish, but not quite a wide.
Yeah, it just loses his shape there. You see that one hand comes off the bat as well. But just got to stay focused. Well, now he goes for the big one. Has he got enough of this? Bolle, Ginna Sora, Shaka, Logia, manos arriba, arbitro, porque eso es 6 carreras. And Vinay Ravi says, well, look, Sahak, anything you can do, I can do as well.
Well, the thing is, they say fortune favours the brave. It is a brave shot, because if he doesn't quite get that, and it was a teaser for the fielder, Stanek Zai, then they're in a lot more trouble.
This is nicely played now all along the deck. He plays that so well, doesn't he? Gets a single for it. They won't mind that. I mean, this partnership is just starting to click. Like we said, the run rate's not too bad. If they can get to a 90 score, and we know what they've got in attack to come, and this man here, Vinay Ravi, is certainly going to be pumped up.
No doubt.
Up in the air, and this will go all the way as well. Kinnasona, Shaka, Logia, 6 más, manos arriba from the arbitro. And I gotta say, I do like the signal there from Rafi Ahmed. I wonder if we can see this again. Well, this is an unusual one. Well, this is like the old Cobra 6 signal. I'm liking it. Oh, I do. Hi, Kinnasona, Shaka, Logia.
I think that means it's in with the Snakes, and I don't disagree. Mohammad Sahak gets across and sends it over the leg side. Norway fighting back into contention, 71 for 6 after 7. And just a reminder that you can get in touch with us on social media at Mr. Maximo for me, or at Rico for Rico. And don't forget to follow us at European Cricket on social media, including our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network, to keep up with all of what is happening in the European cricket universe. And that's Rico's white jacket. He can prescribe you
anything you want.
Anything you want. As long as it is cricket and as long as it's a lot of it. Anyway, 3 overs to go. Can they get that 100, which they would love to get, considering how they started? Scholb's back, though.
And I think this is going to be out. I really do. Yeah, the umpire's giving it on the field of play, but the bat at Vinay Ravi is not even waiting. He's going to be disappointed to be getting out like this. And he's just started to click. This partnership is just starting to sort of hurt Germany a little. And then, well, he goes and gets himself. I think, look, yeah, it's a long way gone. Just would like to see these gloves, though. I mean, this is going to be interesting for me. Where are the gloves here? And, yeah, hang on.
That's okay, because the ball's
already got there, yeah.
Yeah, but what a piece of keeping from Kabir. I mean, think about the catch he took already, which was a bottom edge. And now, yeah, probably doesn't need to sneak out of his crease there. It's a low percentage thing to do. You don't gain that much of an advantage. I say Vinay Ravi batted very well, but he'll be upset to go for 13 because he was looking good. Kabir with the stumping. Shoaib Khan with the wicket, and the 7th wicket finally falls. 71 for 7 off 7.1. This game's had a few twists and turns already. I'm sure there's going to be a few more. Mushtaq comes to the crease at number 9. Yeah, unlucky 13 for Ravi. But he batted well. He's given them something. He's given them the hope maybe. If a bit of luck goes their way, maybe a few edges, a few big hits, they'll get to that 90. That's what they're after, trying to get to the 90. But Shoaib
Khan takes his second wicket, 2 for 6 from him. And it's that swinging Yorker. That's what he's going to be darting at these batters here.
Here's the thing. This is why you always pick your best wicketkeeper. I think especially in this form of the game. Because just think about how many runs he might have saved there with that really sharp bit of work to stump Vinay Ravi. It was full, so it was an easy take. It was almost kind of that half volley kind of length. Stayed down on it. He was thrilled with himself, and so he should be. Scherzer Haq still there, though.
Hits this firmly, and he's going to get a boundary. Lovely shot. Like the way he swivels on this. He does a little bit of the MJ. Oh, and this motors away to the boundary. 4 more. Well, while he's still there, and now, well, I think he's seen the ball pretty well. He's timing it pretty well. This is a nice shot. He's onto this really quickly.
Well, they're heading to a kind of ugly 100 here. I say ugly because it's certainly not the way they would have scripted it Norway. But with Sahak there, I do believe they could probably get there.
Well, he's got to stay there, though, hasn't he? He's got to stay there. Massive for Norway, he does. So gets the toe end of this. He won't mind. Look, he's a bit disappointed. All I'd say there is, look, he goes along the deck. You get a single. You're not out at the moment. He's got to stay there. He stays there. Norway will believe they can probably get to that 100. Get to that 100. We know that Germany, against good bowling attacks, have had their issues themselves. Mushtaq going for an ambitious cut shot here. I think maybe he's just trying to find the gap there between the third man on the boundary and the backward point. Misses out.
Norway will back themselves to defend 100. I'm sure of that. The way that the opening bowler's been bowling today in Vinay Ravi and Amadullah Shinwari, they will feel that's worth like 20 runs. They will feel defending 100 is like a regular team defending 120.
It's a nice looking shot. Whips it away. It's good for a single. I think that's all it will be as the fielder collects it cleanly and then gently gives it back to the keeper. Kabir, hasn't he been good? I mean, how many dismissals have he involved? Is it 3 or 4?
Yeah, well, I remember he caught Karuge. He also caught Ibrahim Rahimi. And now he stumped Vinay Ravi. So 3 for the innings, but it's how you do it as well. I mean, you see that one big over, the magical over. Srinivas going for 20 with 3 Maximos in the 7th. But that over, more circumspect. Shoaib Khan ends up giving 7 off each of his overs. One was a leg bye, so his figures 2 for 13. Off 2. Now Ashad Safi to bowl over number 9. Now I think you'll really see Mohammad Scherzer Haq swinging at everything. He's navigated them to a situation where they can launch. I just don't see him holding back anymore. It all happens in the 9th, as we like to say on ECN. Starting right now.
That's nicely played by Mushtaq. He'll do the right thing, I think, which is just bat on ball, no dot. Gets a single. They get closer to the 80s. Grady 80s at the moment is on here, but that man there with the bat who's now on strike, Sahak, he's looking to pounce. He's looking to hit a few over the boundary ropes and really certainly get them into that 90 to 100 score.
And the par this week has been 96.
Yep.
So it's been a pretty bowling heavy week. Charles deep in his crease. He wants to go large.
And well, they don't go at all. No backing up. Saha, well, he's turned. He doesn't say no. He doesn't put a hand out. He just turns his back on Mushtaq and says, you can come, but I'm not looking. I'm not coming.
He wants it here, Mohammad Scherzer Haq. Like I say, in T10 internationals before this, he had 9 innings, was dismissed off 9 of the 19 balls he'd faced with a top score of 3 and an average under 1. But not looking like that right now. As this is launched, it's going to be nowhere near the fielder. This is out of here. Maximo. And Scherzer Haq goes again, lifts Norway up to 85. Still an over and a half remaining.
Yeah, Manos Arriba, there we go. And Rafi Ahmed puts them up like he just don't care. Well, that one does go a long way up. It goes up, 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 arriba. But it finds the boundary fence. That goes a long way up, you know. And once again, just showing the power of the man. So, well, they know they've got a bit more hope, look, a bit more belief in those faces now. 85 comes down, doesn't have to, and gets himself back. Yeah, he doesn't need to do this. Carry on playing the way you've been playing. Well, that's a hug. There's a photo opportunity. Diana Oros, snap away, clickety click, click, click. That's another one for the social media. Loving it.
Mohammad Scherzer Haq is like carrying dangerous chemicals all at once. He could blow up at any read at any moment, and he was totally fooled by the slow ball there.
Oh, that is big. That is mammoth. That is a Bizaway super supersonic hit that goes all the way. Well, there's the Peacock shirt. It's Peacock Friday. Samir, don't tell me he puts this down, but first of all, let's focus on the shot. That is big. That is massive. That takes him into the 90s, Vinny.
That's huge, and Samir does drop that, and it was a regulation catch for a guy that doesn't drop too many. You can also see that Corey borrowed his shirt. It wasn't even Corey's shirt he was wearing before. Anyway, back here.
Down the ground is Kit Hard. It's going to be 4 more. Oh yeah, game on. Well, Mohammed Sher Sahak has saved the best for last. He is saving his team here as they approach the 100. This is quite sensational. This is hitting like you've never seen before. Come the moment, come the man, come the form of Mohammed Sher Sahak.
I'm not going to mention these stats anymore, but can you believe this guy wasn't even averaging 1 before this over an extended run? 95 for 7, 17 come off the 9th overall, happening in the 9th and all happening on the scoreboard now. Norway look to post that 100 plus after all, maybe even more.
You've got to stay focused. Mushtaq here, he knows his game, knows the plan. Bat on ball, take the single, forget 6 balls to go. I've got to hit a boundary, get the single, get Sahak back on strike. That's all he's got to do here. Well, no, it ain't. He wants to hit it big, and he's going to get it, you know. Oh, this is absolutely incredible. That 6, that Maximo brings up the 100, 101. Boom, blastic, shakalaka.
Why take 1 when you can take 6? And it was dragged down, wasn't it, by Asad Mohammed. An interesting captaincy here. Walter Bear, who took a hat-trick against the Norwegians the other night, bowled the first over, hasn't been seen again. We won't see him again. Safi being used in the 9th, and now going back to Asad Mohammed, another hat-trick taker in the 10th.
Well, this is up in the air, and it should be taken, and that's a big moment because not only as that gets spiked by the fielder, well, that's Ashad Safi. I can know why he's spiking it, because he's the one who got punished in the last over. But look, that's a big moment for me. Look, I can understand Mustaq wanting to go for the big shot. He just pumped a big 6, but that is a dot ball. It also means a new batter goes on strike.
Probably worth the trade-off to go 6 and out. I think you get 6 off 2 balls, but yeah, it's an emotional roller coaster. And right now, Safi is more down than up, a bit like that throw. He spikes it into the turf. And it's been a good little mini knock from that man, Kamal Mushtaq. He ends up going for 9 with that 1 big 6. Faces 6 balls as he departs. There's 4 balls remaining, 101 for 8.
Yeah, 8 down. Okay, you need to get, there's no point having Sahak standing at the other end. You need to get him on strike. Sahak, he needs to be ready to rock and roll. Well, they're ready to rock and roll, roll and tumble, whatever it may be. Enjoying the victorious lads.
Some good looking roosters in there from Garton. I think they'll be okay tonight.
Here we go.
Here's Nazkat Ali, the new batter.
Hits it pretty well, and he does his job. Gets off the mark, gets a single, gets Sahak on strike. Sahak here now, don't do anything crazy. He mustn't believe that he's got to come dancing down the track. Stay where you are, inside the crease, and just hit it hard.
Go out on a limb and say, I wouldn't be running here at all for the rest of this innings. I'd give him 3 balls and see how many boundaries he can hit. I just don't think it's worth taking a 1. If you are, you're probably going to try for a 2 to get Sahak back on strike. Deep in the crease again, 3 to come.
Hits it firmly. He shouts no. Yeah, he doesn't want it. I reckon you go. Take the 2 because you're not going to run to the danger end. You're running to the safe end, I reckon. Yeah, it's a big throw from there, Vinny.
I don't know if there's a safe end to these German fielders. They probably would have gotten away with it because Scholb fields it with his patella.
Yeah.
But I get the theory of this, and I actually think...
Because he's on the front foot as well. It's not like he's on the back foot. He can go straight away. Okay, let's see if it's worth saying no to it.
Wants the 6.
And I think he's going to get caught, and there you go. That's why you take it. You got to take the runs when they're there. Shahib Khan, he does not drop them. His hands are as safe as houses. Takes the catch, and this is disappointment for me, really, because all right, we know that the 1-6 came off the very first ball, but then after that, no runs. We've seen 2 wickets, 2 dots, and a run turned down.
He'll be annoyed that he doesn't get the elevation on this. Look, I think strategically it was the correct thing to do, but sometimes you can make the right strategic decision, have a bad outcome. I think that's what happens here. I think all things considered, let's focus on what he did right during that innings. And Mohammed Sher Sahak, 37 off 16, 4 Maximos and 2 4s. Well, I think that Norway have captured the hearts of the crowd here.
That's fantastic. He deserves every one of those cheers, roars and applause. He really does, because you know what? When you're under the cop, when things are not going your way, well, it takes something brave, it takes something mammoth to go out there and perform like that. And that really underlines the old saying, doesn't it? Form can come and go, but talent, class is permanent. He's shown it here today.
So the two matches these guys have played against each other, the first team's always been bowled out. I have a feeling it might be 3 in a row. With 1 ball to go, they've lost 9 wickets. Shinwari, the left-hander, comes in at number 11, and you better bet that he's trying to put this one over the bar. Last ball coming up, Mohammed to Shinwari.
He's got to get the line right first, hasn't he? Well, he does. It's in the air. Wicketkeeper should take a straightforward catch, and he does. Well, that is 3 wickets that have fallen in that over. And just like that, Mohammed will finish with 4 for 17. He'll be happy with that. But look, I still do say they've missed the boat there slightly. They only managed to get, just the 7 runs in that over. And, well, they're going to be disappointed with that, especially after Mushtaq hit a big 6, and they did get Sark back on strike. I know what you're saying about not taking that single, but I still think it's not the single. You go for the 2. I think he would have made it. It's a big throw from there.
Look, he might have, but even if he'd done that, he still would have been on strike the next ball. He got out anyway. Maya's happy. I think that all players kind of happy where the game's at. They lose 3 for 1, 3 wickets for 1 run in the last 5 balls. So let's just remember that. And they do get bowled out, Norway, off the last ball of the 10 overs. But that's a very good recovery. They were 42 for 6. 1 ball into the 6th over. So the fact that they recover to get 60 more runs from that point, I think that Norway can't complain. Their bowling and their fielding has been good all week. They'll back themselves to defend this. But it's a classic tale as old as time. 2 teams will show, but only one will be able to go through to the final against Italy. The guys are here for a good weekend. And one of these teams will be having a good weekend as well today in Group D. They'll make it through to Championship Week starting on Monday. Started in a blaze of glory, didn't it, from Tangavadival? But he went 6 and out. In fact, both openers went cheaply, setting up a bit of a tough middle over conundrum for the Norwegians.
Yeah, they just couldn't really get going. When you see that, that's great bowling. You've got to say that's fantastic. You can't take anything away from it. Tangavadival, he had to go, and then we saw Kurage going for a big shot as well going. We saw the captain come out. It was very much the same from him. He waited, he played this was mammoth, this was huge. It goes all the way, it goes into the killer Python zone, and then, he's trying to get on top of this ball rather than just hitting it high up into the sky. He puts it straight into the hands of square. Then this was a big moment as well, because we see another good batter come in, but good bit of wicket keeping. That was a great catch from Kabir.
Kabir was outstanding in this innings for Germany. I think he finished with 4 dismissals. Shoaib Khan, again, he's been getting the ball to talk the last couple of days. I think it's been swinging pretty much all the way through this week. This one swings straight through the gate, middle stump, and Germany, they've had a rough week, haven't they? But they are up and about on finals day. They believe they're going to have to bat well. I know that Maya believes she's been with them all the way through the ups and downs this week. And when it came down to it, Mohammed Shahzad finally hit one in the middle of the bat. That was enough to get him celebrating. But it was Vinay Ravi. He had an important role as well as just a bit of a partner for Mohammed Shahzad. He hit the ball crisply, although he didn't bat as long as he wanted because he was stumped expertly by Kabir after scoring 13 runs. But they did kick, didn't they? In fact, a couple of big overs helped them out. Srinivas went for 20, so he went magical, and the innings was up and away, a bit like that jet in the 7th, and then Safi went for 17 in the 9th. Curious we don't see Walter Bear again after bowling the first over, considering he did take a hat-trick against his opposition the other night. And you see Safi, he was frustrated. But after they reached a score of 101 with 5 balls remaining, they'd only get 1 more single run as Sahak fell on his sword after contributing a very handy 37. And really, this game is set up for an epic finish in the second half.
It certainly is. I mean, if you were to say to Norway, okay, what do you want to get from this game? They'd say 100. Give us 100 on the board and we'll defend it. That is what they've said. So any runs more than that, I think they'll see as a bonus. Well, they got 102. 103 required from Germany. Germany, I just think, Maya, she's happy, she's confident, she reckons it's enough. I just think there's 2 men that are going to be key in this run chase for me. Rohit Singh, I think when Germany perform well, if they get wins, he scores runs from. But I think the man that's bowled beautifully as well is Shoaib Khan. I think Shoaib Khan may shine in this one. Those 2 could be the difference.
Proper 50-50 game for me at the halfway point. You see both openers go for 6 apiece, and Kuruge went for 10, though he was there for a while. Salim, the captain, hit a boundary, was out very next ball. It was all about Mohammed Shahzad. who made 37 off 16. 4 Maximos, 2 fours for him. Vinay Ravi was pretty useful with 13 as well. I'm sure we'll see him before too long. Asad Mohammed finishes with 4 for 17 after taking 3 wickets in the last 5 balls of the innings. 3 for 12 for Amachar Shirzad. Thought that he bowled beautifully. Srinivasan with 1 wicket but was expensive today. Shoaib Khan with 2 for 13. He was swinging the ball around corners, and they only bowled 1 over of Walter Bear. He didn't bring himself back. Instead tried Safi in the 9th. It didn't go too well because Safi went for 17. We'll take a quick break, and when we return in a few minutes, we'll see exactly which team will get to go through to the final against Italy later in the night. Until then, it's Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo. Rico Full with me. The target 103. Make sure you join us just after this for the exciting conclusion of Qualifier 2, match 23 of Group D, right here in the Cardamom Oval. You're watching the Dream 11 European Cricket Championship. Welcome back to the ECC. It's the Dream 11 European Cricket Championship. 21 European nations doing battle on the cricket field over 5 weeks. T10 entertainment at its finest. 120 matches this year in the 2022 edition. It is growing and it is showing, because out there we are seeing teams desperate to survive. This is effectively a sudden death matchup coming up in the next 10 overs. Germany and Norway competing for the right to meet Italy in the Group D final a little bit later on today. And the winner of that match will get to stay in Spain for one more week as we head into Championship week on Monday. I'll join the England 11 as well as Spain, the Netherlands 11 and the Scotland 11 in that deciding Championship week here on the Costa del Sol. Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo for the European Cricket Network. Great to have your company wherever you're watching from around the world, whether you're watching on Fan Code in the Indian subcontinent or on the European Cricket Network, or one of our international broadcast partners such as Star Times in Africa, ATN in Canada, SportsMax Jamaica, Dubai Sports Channel in the Middle East, Premier Sports, Free Sports in the UK and Ireland, Fox Sports in Australia, La Liga TV in Spain, VG in Norway, Swiss Sport TV, 11 Sports Italy, TVR in Romania, Streamstar in Austria, and SportsDeutschland.tv. And I'm sure there's a few people watching on that in Germany. Right now, we are ready to decide which team gets to stay and which team must go. Vinay Ravi to open the bowling. He's been great this week. 103 for Germany to win. Chikanaya will start with a single, as I'm joined in the commentary box once again by Rico for Rico, all set up for an epic run chase. This game could go either way.
I think you're absolutely right. It is going to be epic, and I think it's one that, well, looking at these two sides, they're so evenly balanced. Yeah, it could go all the way down to the wire. Germany, they'll be boosted with the way they performed against Switzerland in that victory. Chikanaya, he scored runs, 18 of 9. Abdul Staniksai, 21 of 14, and also Rohit Singh, 23 of 13. They were all in good form. Of course, they got Vesakaran as well, who smashed the ball all over the place, and they're getting a little bit of luck here. Hay poquito de suerte ahí for Staniksai. Staniksai gets off the mark with 4 runs. We know this man. He is always going to be brave, and when you're brave, well, sometimes a bit of the fortune goes your way as well. He gets the edge. It gets straight over the wicketkeeper, 4 runs.
And Vinay Ravi rolls the eyes, which basically says typical. But yeah, Germany, they're not going to muck around in this power play. They want to get a good power play to get them going. That's kind of what got them across the line when you think about it against Switzerland. I had a decent power play. I think it was 42 they got in that 3 overs. Ravi with a comeback ball to Staniksai.
Slower delivery, and this is well timed. So well picked up there on the boundary as well, though.
Good field placing there. Yeah, good field placing. I don't know if that was the specific ball. I didn't see a change. It's like a deep extra cover as one of the outfielders. There's also a pretty fine third man. I think they're encouraging the batter to hit across the line because only 3 of the 9 available fielders are to the right of screen on the leg side. So I think Vinay's going to keep it in that offside channel and hope that the batters want to heave across it, which is a bit of a risky strike.
Ravi once more. In the air, but goes through the gap, which they've left unplugged because that man is down on the boundary sweeping.
I don't know how they're setting these fields, but they just put him back for that ball, and that was perfect as well. So they seem to be getting these outfielders right. They brought the third man up into the circle for Chikanaya and put the deep point back. Again, don't underestimate the role that luck plays in a chase like this. Yeah. You already saw a bit of a streaky boundary to Staniksai. The opening bowlers have been so good for Norway all week. Let's see if they have an impact here.
Firmly striking, he's going to get 4 runs for it. And that's the danger, isn't it, if you're going to set this field. If you do get your line wrong, if you do offer something short, well, it's going to be put away. And that's a nice shot. There's 4 more runs. So that will just take some of the pressure off the German batters. Yeah,
for me, it wasn't so much the line here because I think the batter goes and fetches it from outside the off stump. So I don't think I can criticise that from Vinay Ravi. It's just a slightly risky shot the batter gets away with because there are gaps on that leg side. He's encouraged to go in that direction. Staniksai can do that. It's a high risk, high return kind of strategy. Last ball of the over coming up. It's been a good one for Germany so far.
Places up in the air. They'll take a single. They'll have a go. And, well, would have been close, but they do get a single there. That's going to be 12 off the first. And we know that the first over produced 11 runs when Norway were up there. So
would have been out.
Like for like.
Maybe not. We've got a bit of the Corys trying to spot that one. But look, 12 off the first over, they were happy with that. And you can see sometimes you get one batter wanting to dominate the strike. I'm feeling that from Stanek Zai right now. He feels like he's on a roll. He wants to keep the strike, pushes the single, keeps it. 37 matches without a golden ball. Just over a week ago, we had a golden ball tiebreaker. That was in an epic finish between France and Belgium on a Thursday night here at the Cardimer Oval. And you just feel there'll be another one before the end of this tournament. Here's Shinwari with over number 2, left armour.
It's well bowled. Sort of whips this one in, doesn't it, Shinwari?
He was so good early on today. He took 3 for 18 against Italy. Really kept Norway in the game. And that one, Norway posted 85. Batting first, almost defended it. In the end, Italy got there in the very last over.
In those areas, that's what you'd want the left armour to be doing. This is a little bit short here. I think he's maybe trying to hit this too hard, Stanek Zai.
But I actually think Shinwari is so difficult to face because some swing and some don't. I don't even know if Shinwari knows which ones will and which won't. This one just angles straight across. But you watch, when he gets that seam position right, it will straighten down the line. It'll be a big chance of a bowler, an LBW. So the way he's shining that, you feel he's probably going for that in-swing at some point. Stanek Zai on strike.
This one is the in-swinger, but it swings into the hit zone off the batter. It's a little bit ill-directed because it ends up being a full toss. That's on the leg side. And Stanek Zai, well, he was waiting for it, and he punches his out onto the leg side boundary. 4 more to him.
Yeah, so he set him up with the 2 that went across him, and then this is the 3-card trick. He tries to straighten it down the line, but he gets it wrong. It turns into a full toss, and it is 2-leg stumpish and a pretty good put away. Stanek Zai winning the early battles here.
Yeah, he's doing well. That was better. He kept his shape, wasn't trying to hit it too hard. Stanek Zai, though, I think he's going to go back outside the off here. And he does. And where's this gone? And
no.
Hang on a minute, the ball is still going. What's happening here? So everybody is looking at this. I've never seen so many people around the ball.
So number 1, Stanek Zai hits it and runs despite not knowing where the ball is or caring. Chikanai is forced to run. Then Shinwari bats at the stumps, misses, hits the stumps with his foot. That's how I read it. Look at this. Chikanai, maybe to his credit, calls for it. He misses it and then kicks the stumps over. Meanwhile, the keeper can't deal with it. And they decide, no overthrow, please, because I've run about 6 metres past. Classic ECN single, that one from Stanek Zai. Now Chikanai has to face up.
Oh, it's dropped. Puts it down. I think this is a difficult one because I think that Kurage is reaching for this before him, but he does get the gloves to it. It's not an easy take, this, Vinny. It is not.
It's not easy.
But it's one that he would expect to take.
9 times out of 10, you take this probably more often than that. Kurage is a good keeper. We know he's been struggling a little bit with illness this week. Bottom inside edge. Gets there pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
It's
more, to be honest, to be fair, it's actually a bit more straightforward than I initially thought. Yeah, he'd be very disappointed. That's not taken.
Chikanai dropped on 2. So much easier to take them when they're not next. Trust me as a keeper. Anyway, it's 2 overs down now. Germany 17 without loss. But, look, even with the start they've had this, they're marginally behind the required rate. I just think the Norwegian openers have been so good, creating an opportunity. Unfortunately, Krugate couldn't hold on. This will be the situation from Monday. We'll have the England 11, the defending champions, as well as Group A winners Spain, Group B winners Netherlands 11, and Group C winners Scotland 11. The Group D winners we'll find out tonight, and those 5 teams will compete over 24 matches from Monday, ending in a week's time. And we'll find out exactly which team will raise the trophy. And the trophy's here, Rico, and is looking magnificent.
It looks fantastic. I had a look at it earlier. I'm just loving the detail of it. I wonder if you get a chance to try and get it on the picture, but it just looks magnificent.
We should bring it up here.
It definitely is the trophy. If you win this competition that you deserve. Slower delivery, which comes out completely wrong here from Ravi.
But 2 things with the trophy. It is heavy, and I believe that we end up having to pay a lot of excess baggage charges for the team that wins it. So I know that the ECM management would love Spain to win it, so it doesn't have to fly anywhere. But it's a magnificent trophy. It's worth, I can't remember how much exactly, it's something like 10 or 20,000 euros. It's supplied by our trophy partner, Local Lifestyle. They are magnificent supporters. And of course, they supply all the medals as well as the MVP trophies.
Trying to get it through the gap. If he hits, this is going to be interesting. Well, It's a bit of a ooh from the crowd. And, well, the fielder, he thinks it's pretty close. He's down there.
He would have been out by a mile. I just don't think it's a very good throw. I suppose results-wise, it wasn't an easy throw. You can see he was gone by 2 steps.
I mean, it was not missed by that much.
I think that angle flatters the throw.
Well, that's the angle that I think Ali's looking at because he goes down. Well, look, even that angle makes it look pretty decent. Not way off, you know.
Everything looks close from side on with throws. Think of LBWs.
How can you see it better from here?
I just saw how far the keeper had to move. Anyway, Germany, they want to be 30-odd after this over. Let's see how they're getting there that quickly.
Well, this will help when it is just a little paddle. Once again, Vinay going for the Yorker length delivery. Just gets this slightly wrong the second time. He's just been a little bit offline, but against good players, you got very small margin for error. And if you do get it wrong, well, that's what's going to happen. Just clipped away, and it's more runs. The thing is, though, here, I mean, even if Germany are a little bit behind the rate, they've got those wickets in hand. They haven't lost any wickets yet. I mean, at this stage, Norway had already lost 2 wickets, and that's a big plus for Germany.
I just wonder what's happened to the Germans overnight. I'm just thinking perhaps a big boot and a part of the body might have come together, and they look a completely different team today.
Lovely shot. Oh, this is absolute class. This is top draw. This is one of the shots of the day. That is beautifully played. Corey Rucker saying, where did it go? Where did it go? Well, Corey.
All right, let's see how far he can throw it. Oh, no. That's very unselfish.
Oh, look at that.
And it didn't quite make the fence, but it was a good effort. Chicken up. What a class shot from him over cover. Vinay Ravi just having a slightly off game with the ball here, although you can't take anything away from the batter. That was just
That's a cracking shot. That is a cracking. Well, there's the throw.
Liking it.
The fielder still had to jump the fence to get the ball. Ravi needs to reply. Goes for a full toss, and it gets whipped away. Here's another boundary. I think this is the attempted slow ball goes wrong. Whipped away. Chicken eye. He's on form. And Stephen Knox there. Well, he's going to be pretty happy. Well, you're saying, well, what's happened to Germany overnight? Well, I get the feeling that Stephen Knox has had a good chat to his side. He's basically said to him, hey, guys, you know, this is not the Germany that people were expecting to see. It's not the Germany that you are. Show people the Germany that you are, and that's what they're doing here today.
Might have been a good old-fashioned hairdryer that Knoxie had to bring out, but it seems like it's worked so far.
And he gets this one through.
I know if back in my day, the coach would occasionally have some words. Occasionally you'd be picking out the little bits of spittle from your eyeballs long after it had finished.
Michael, hello Michael, how are you? Michael saying class shot, it certainly was, followed by a class throw. Michael, loving it.
After seeing that throw, I'm suddenly very keen to play the tour matches over the weekend, but it's great to have the guys here from Garaton.
That throw wasn't far off yours actually the other day.
You'd say that. Anyway, here's Ravi, got to get out of the over, last ball.
And they're going to take him on. Again, it's a chance if he hits. And, oh, well, I think this is out, you know. Look at Vinay Ravi. That's what it means to him. Never mind. He's like a kid that's at a supermarket, doesn't get what he wants. He's kicking his legs all over the place. He's destroyed the stunts, but never mind that. He believes he's got his man. And I tell you what, the batter is not hanging around. Chickenaya probably knows he's going, look at this. This is world class from Vinay. World class. And look at this. I don't know if we can keep this going. Well, keep an eye on it, and well, the elbow. But fine. Then afterwards, what he does is what gets the wicket.
You can actually take the stumps with any part of your arm below the shoulder. So as long as he's holding the ball, which he is.
What a moment! And it's a teamwork between the captain, Sufyan Salim, and Vinay Ravi. It really is well done. Because the other thing here is don't forget here. He's still with the ball in hand. Even if he's going to say he knocked him up, he broke him, he carries on to break them all and knock them all out the ground. So I think that's got to be out. And then he's rolling around on the ground. He's on the ground, kicking his hands and legs all over the place, and he's just destroying those stumps. So good luck, umpires, putting those back in. Because, well, keep this rolling if we can. I want to see the reaction when he's on the ground. And he's doing like, well, if you've had a problem with any cockroaches lately and you've used some of that spray, well, this is a cockroach going down.
Well, I've got to say, Vinay Ravi does very well. First to even get back to the stump in the first place. And it was lightning work. It kind of worked out well that he used part of his arm, even above the elbow. But that is permissible. So I know, frustrated there, Chickenaya. Just went with the hit, but he has to go for a quick fire. 16 off 9. He is the first wicket to fall. Run out, and the score is 33 for 1.
Huge moment that one, wasn't it? I mean, after Chickenaya played an absolute stupendous shot, which everybody on the viewers chat was in marvel about. He then gets himself out. But look, you got to say, power play done. He's put 33 on the board, and when you got the class out like Rohit Singh coming out, they're not in a bad place, are they?
Nah, you're exactly right, but it'll feel like that was a poor decision from Germany. But you've got to say it was a very well executed piece of fielding. I mean, Vinay Ravi, he's no spinner. I mean, he's got his follow through to go through, but then he identifies super quickly where he needs to be, and it was just a pretty good bounce. So he set up nicely for him to get it.
He dealt with it well.
Get it down quickly. So 33 for 1 off 3. Vinay Ravi will be a bit disappointed, I think, to go for as many as he did. Finishes with figures of none for 28, but does have a hand in that run out. Shinwari's got to come with a good over now. His first one only went for 5.
Now it gets a bit of batting ball again. They're having to run hard. They're taking on the fielders here. And that was one that couldn't be collected cleanly by Nazakat Ali.
Rohit Singh's a big wicket though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a really big wicket. He's a class player. You mentioned he's had some issues medically over the last few months. It's great to see him back out there, but he hasn't played a lot of cricket this season. Let's see if he can stand up right now. We're watching Stanek Zai on strike though.
Oh, this is hit high, and he's going to go all the way despite the efforts from the fielder. And this is what we know Stanek Zai can do. Ibrahim Rahimi patrolling the boundary, jumps up as high as he can, but can't get there. Stanek Zai is just an awesome hitter off the ball. He sees it, he hits it, he launches into it. I'm loving his technique.
You cannot fault the efforts from these players though. They so desperately want to stay one more game, maybe one more week. If that is at the boundary right, he probably catches it, but he couldn't quite get around.
This one will be fielded, and here comes the throw. They're asking the question here, but I don't think it's going to be out, because you can't say that he deliberately tries to stop this or changes anything. No. He's basically trying to get back, and that's purely accidental. He's trying to defend, getting himself back into the...
It hits the stumps, you know. So I'll probably have a look at this, but I think he gets home. Yeah, I think the batter is more thinking, how can I survive?
Stephen Knox, the coach of Germany. Let's have a look at this again here. So, okay, yeah, right, you're right. So I didn't see that first time. I thought it actually hit the batter's leg.
Back to live action, and this could be out. Raza Iqbal comes around, takes a very good catch to his left. Oh, that could be a big moment in the game. Rohit Singh is gone. What a catch by Raza. Germany lose a key man, 41 for 2.
Wow, what a catch. Well, Raza Iqbal has been on fire. There is nothing this man can do? Well, this is a Superman catch. Look, he's got a bit dizzy here. Look, give him some space. You can see his eyes there. He's getting his, hey guys, give me some air. This is a Superman catch. Here we go. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Raza Iqbal. What a catch this is. This is sensational. Take a bow, Iqbal. That is a jalebi catch. Wow.
Always finding a way to get involved in the game, Raza Iqbal, even though he fell for only 6 in the first innings. You see, he's not caring how he lands, but there's no way he is letting that ball go. And he's got to watch out, because the Hawk was after him pretty quickly, and Rohit hits that well, but he just dices with danger and lets it get too close to Iqbal, who pulls off a stunner. And that's the second wicket gone now. 41 for 2. This game takes another turn. What a catch.
What a catch. What a player, Raza Iqbal. He's always finding a way to make a mark in the match. And as I said already, big players, well, they stand up and fight. They stand up tall in big matches. Raza Iqbal, this was, oh, what a catch. That is absolutely tremendous.
Talk about planning a dive. You can't just fall. And he plans that 3 or 4 steps out of how he's going to take off and also how he's going to land. So a fair bit of thought goes into that catch, even though it's instinctive.
Shoaib Khan now comes in. Well, he was the one man that I was saying, I think the likes of Shoaib Khan and maybe Rohit Singh could be the key here. Well, Rohit has come and gone. So Shoaib is looking to stay here now with Stanek Zai and see if he can make the difference.
Yeah, let's see if Shoaib can get cracking. Stanek Zai still there. That's been good. Races up.
He's having a look at the umpire there saying, hey umps, what about that?
That's
and the
okay.
Umpire says, well, I'm happy with that. Look, shout out to the men in black. I think they've been absolutely brilliant, the umpires that we've had on display. I mean, those 2 men out there, It's yeah, that's perfectly good for me. So Rafi Ahmed, Assad Ali been doing brilliantly. We've seen Stefan Gooch out there as well today, Tyrone Peters. All the umpires, all the men in black have been sensational. Led brilliantly, of course, by Sir Rob Kemin. End of the over. And this is how it looks at the moment. 4 gone, 42 for 2. Again, we're going to say the same thing we were saying about Norway. They're okay in terms of the runs, but they're a little bit concerned now with those 2 wickets that are going down.
I think so. I mean, they're ahead on the comparison at this stage. The first innings, the Norwegians were 35 for 4. But we know how well they kicked on in the second innings.
Yeah, and also, well, we know that Germany don't have a Razak Iqbal. Norway do, and he's coming on to bowl. Oh, wow. How this misses, I don't know. There's plenty of time that he's come on to bowl and he's taken a wicket with his very first ball. How close is this?
Very close. Razak Iqbal is always very expressive. He knows that's just missed. He says to his keeper, hey, do me a favour. If you stop it, I can have another go at the same batter. Said he has to bowl to Stanik Zai, who wants to ramp, then doesn't get the ball he wants. He has to just plan B it out into the offside for 1.
Very clever. Very clever there from Iqbal. I think Stanik Zai thinks he's going to be another one that's darted in, gets ready to ramp. And Iqbal says, oh, no, you don't. Just floats it up there. Gone. Adios, pelota. Eso es muy grande. Well, take a towel, slap on some sunscreen because that ball has gone to the beach. That's a biggie.
Yeah, takes him on and wins. I think Raza just challenges him, saying, okay, go after this. And I hope you make a mistake, but he doesn't. This one goes out of the ground. Maximo time. That one obviously boosts the German hopes that they can pull off this chase and stay alive in this competition. Yeah,
good hit. Iqbal will have a response, though. And well, so does Shoaib. This goes all the way. Balle, Brakina zona, Shakalagia.
Aren't we seeing players that we haven't quite seen the best of hitting their straps on finals day? We saw it with Mohammad Shehzad. Now you see Shoaib Khan go bang, bang, back to live action. Goes again.
And he's going to get another one. Well, that is another. The umpire's just checking whether it goes all the way or not. I suspect that it probably does. Well, they're going to have a look here, so let's wait for it. Is it going to be the case of manos arriba or izquierda y derecha? Keep an eye on it. Well, it's going to be 4, I think. Just dropped short. So izquierda y derecha. Eso es 4 más, or 2 6s, a 4. He is hungry for more. He's trying to finish this quickly.
Iqbal needs to bite back and quick.
Nicely played from Khan. He doesn't want to throw his wicket away. He's done the hard work in the over. He's accelerated them up into the 60s. 61 for 2 at the end of that over. What an over it was. It goes for 18.
Incredible fight back from Shoaib Khan, and so he moves into a position where he could win the game for his country. So it's been a very, very exciting day. Of course, it is finals day. It's finals Friday. It's also Peacock Friday.
Certainly
Got to
is,
say, there's been some decent Peacock shirts around, including Diana Oros, including Samir, who actually lent his shirt to Corey. I'm liking your Peacock.
You liking
Let's
mine?
see a bit more of it.
A bit more of it? Okay, come on.
It's a bit more flamingo than Peacock.
Getting warm, yeah, a bit more.
We love it when people
like
watch on Fridays in Peacock shirts and send in the pictures to us on our social media at European Cricket, or you can get me at Mr. Maximo, you can get Rico at Rico4, or at CRutgers_28. Anyway, this is going to be another 6 to start the over, and right now the Germans on a hitting spree. Can the Norway team hold on right now? It's looking unlikely as Germany pull further ahead in this contest.
Yeah, with the last over from Razak Iqbal, it went from a massive 18, and this one is started exactly the way that Germany would want it. You know, I kept on saying that they're a team that were not resembling what we know them to be. As you see the next delivery, and Stanik Zai wants it, but they decide not to. But it was only a matter of time that we knew that those big players were going to start to click. Now we're starting seeing it happen, and I've been talking and telling people about Shoaib Khan for a while. I saw him the first time in Kiel in Germany. The boy can hit. He can hit big. We saw him play massive all-round contributions in that European Cricket Series, and here he is now showing exactly what he can do. 24 of 8. He's literally taking this match away from Norway.
I just think he's not feeling too much pressure now because he's gotten off to this start. He's just feeling a lot more relaxed. He doesn't feel like he has to go after everything. He's already established himself in this innings. In fact, with that shot, he's overtaken Stanikzai, who opened the innings.
Yeah.
Just feel there's another twist coming, though. 35 off 27 at the moment. Germany, it's their game to lose at the moment. Can Norway fight back?
And this one's going to drop safe. Doesn't get enough off this. Oh, well, they almost overcommit as well. But I think Stanikzai does good there. He says to Khan, hey, go back. What are you doing? Yeah. So once again, that little bit of lucky. Remember how he started, Stanikzai? His first scoring shots was a edge, top edge, which went over the wicketkeeper for 4. So sometimes, Vinny, it's just getting the rub of the green.
Don't underestimate the luck factor, but the skill, can't really do it without the skill.
Firmly hit. Ball bobbles around to Shinwari, who does well, keeps it to 1.
Nazakat thinks about trying to catch this, and while he's thinking, the ball blasts past him. I think he would have lost some fingertips, as there's more a self-preservation move from the bowler.
Was pretty cool watching that one. Just thinking, that's safe, cool, calm, collective.
Last ball of the over. Hasn't been a bad one from Nazakat. He's got nothing to show for it as yet.
And just gets the lob. Well, that's into the deck and over, Ali. So it's a much better over. 10 come off it. But when you're requiring under 8 and over, that's a win for Germany. So really it gets to a point here with Norway now having to look around and say, okay, we need a wicket. Who's going to find the wicket for us? Do they go back to Iqbal here?
I think they'll probably go, without even looking, I think they'll go for Mushtaq. And they haven't used him yet. He'll be the 5th bowler because they've bowled out Ravi and Shinwari in the first 4.
Okay for time now. Okay for time.
And, well, hey presto, it's Kamar Mushtaq who's going to bowl this over. He's been excellent in the second half of the innings for Norway. They need a really tight over here to bring the game back into the balance. I'm talking 6 or less. Let's see if Mushtaq can pull it out.
And has he got enough of this? No, he hasn't. That's a really good catch. Very well judged. Nicely taken. No panic in there at all from Tangava Dival. So that's the one they needed. And Mushtaq comes in, gets a wicket straight away. And one of the hard hitters has to go. So Abdul Stanikzai, he was there right from the beginning. He'll go for 26 of that, his 16th delivery.
Yeah, ended up playing the bridesmaid a little bit, didn't he, Stanikzai? But probably wouldn't have minded the way that Shoaib Khan was going. This is a really good catch from Tangava Dival because he knows he can't come around and get behind the ball because he doesn't want to step on the rope or over the rope. So he knows he's in the field of play. He has to trust his eyes to kind of take it sideways. And he does it very, very well. Made that look easy. It wasn't, especially given the pressure on him. And maybe that can spark a bit of a resurgence for the Norwegians. As Stanikzai goes for 26 off 16. The score is 71 for 3.
Well, he got a very good warm welcome there from Maya. Maya, well, she's forever supporting German players. And look, credit to Maya. I mean, the effort that some of the people and fans under made, and Maya, well, nobody's put in more than her. She's always here to support her team, Germany. And, well, she's here once more, makes the journey from Malaga to and fro every day.
Here's a guy who was good earlier, Vasikaran. He has had a bit of a quiet week by his standards. Here he is facing up for the first time to Mushtaq.
Oh, this is going to be 4 leg buys. And when things aren't going your way, things like this happen. Mushtaq, okay, he goes for, I mean, it's the right ball to bow. He goes for the Yorker straight away. And once again, though, it's a Kurage who has difficulty dealing with it. Gets a bit of pad. Look, yeah, gets unlucky, doesn't he?
Yeah, unlucky, but also probably not good enough, you got to say, from Kurage. When he's on, he's stopping that. It goes inside his glove. Also, bowler makes an error, even though it goes down against him. It wasn't a well-directed delivery. Costly.
Better.
Because it takes the pressure off Vasikaran. If that's a dot, the keeper stops that, then he feels under pressure. Right now, he said, I just got 4 for nothing. I'm happy just to start with a 1 and just basically bat time until he sees something he really wants to go after. So yeah, Mushtaq, he'll be annoyed with that ball where he's straight onto the leg stump. Yeah, but here is a guy you got to stop quickly, otherwise this game won't last much longer. Shoaib Khan, 26 off 10. facing Mushtaq for the first time.
Struck firmly again, but is it Angavadival who does the fielding. Managed it. The nice cool catch earlier. Keeps it to 1. Need wickets here at Norway.
It's so funny how batting can look like the easiest thing in the world or the hardest thing in the world. And even when you're looking at the same player. Right now, Shoaib is so chock full of confidence. Even the way he drilled that one down long on. He has zero fear in the world right now. Fast current, new to the crease. Let's see what he can do.
He's quite happy just to tuck this away into the big open gap on the leg side. All the leg side fielders, the 3 are on the boundary, so long on, mid wickets and square leg. Only one man inside, and that's on the 45. Everyone else out on the offside, and the sweeper on the offside and also long off. So it's a pretty straightforward field, nothing fancy about it. And the 2 umpires just coming together here. I think they may just be having a look together at the ball and maybe deciding that maybe there's a bit of damage to it. Maybe the seams come away, so it looks like it may get replaced. The umpires, if you're wondering, they always carry like for like deliveries, balls.
Yeah.
Depending on how old the ball is, they're able to replace it with an equivalent one, and that looks like what's happening here.
And the balls do cop a fair bit of damage. It's only natural. You might have to change it from time to time. So Mushtaq has gone for 3 plus those 4 leg byes in this over. Hasn't moved the needle too much on the run rate required. Last ball, the 7th.
And this one is looking for the boundary. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And Vinay Ravi, that is world class. Well, when you got to set the standards, when you got to show the other players on the part that this is what you need to do, that you got to raise the bar. This is called raising the bar. This is exceptional. I mean, you just got to make sure that he isn't in contact with that ball. Look, Diana Oroz would ask Diana. If you're not sure, ask Diana. I reckon
Fine. Ball's gone.
Has he let go of the ball?
The ball's still touching there. I think he's all right. Just because at best it's inconclusive, in which case it should go to the fielder. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, Diana Oroz was there. Look, there she is, wearing her Peacock Friday shirt. I was going to say, just ask her. Why don't somebody just run and take Diana?
But he's not made of glass, so you can't see through him. And I don't think there's anything conclusive there. So I think that'll be fine. So it's... I don't agree with this. I don't see anything conclusive there. You're guessing. That's not a good call for me. There's a clear criteria. I mean, unless I'm missing something, that did not seem
We've seen that a couple of times. We were talking about one earlier in the week that was very much the same. So, obviously...
Don't agree. Am I missing a frame here where we can say he's definitely touching the rope? I don't see it there. I'd be ropeable if I was Norway there. Benefit of the doubt goes to fielder on boundary stop. I mean, am I missing something here, Rico?
No, I'm looking at the rope all the time. I'm seeing if there's any movement when there's any contact there on the rope from Vinay Ravi. Yeah, that's a tough call, really.
The thing is, he might be, but there wasn't anything to show that.
You can't go on mine.
I'm not saying he did.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think using the criteria, don't like it. Interesting. I mean, the other thing is, I suppose, we're going off the replays. That is in the area which is in front of the officials off the ground, so maybe they saw something about that. But anyway, I just feel that hurts.
Well, they're going for Mohammed Sahak, and he said with the bat anyway for the first time.
See, now I know his back's over the rope, but is it touching? Is it touching anything? Michael's saying that his back's on the rope and the ball touching his hand, but of course Michael's German. He would say that. I think there's too much doubt to give that.
Hits it hard, and well, it's 6 runs. I was just watching the game, watching the fielder. Fielder runs to the other side of the boundary, and I'm thinking, well, now that you're there, whatever you do, it don't matter. As soon as you touch it, it's going to be 6, and it is 6 more. They're just doing this now in boundaries, and you have a look at that score. And now Vasikaran comes out, and he smashes this one for 6. He was the hero, wasn't he, in that victory over Switzerland? 23 of 11. He got the Player of the Match award as well. Now looking to do the job again. There was short stuff. This one ends up hitting him. Takes his eye off it, doesn't he? Looks to play the hook shot, takes his eye off it, and the ball ends up hitting hitting him. They'll get the leg by from it. 90 now on the board, and Shoaib Khan, I don't think he's going to change the way he plays. Just, Cameron just enjoying a bit of a joke there with Shoaib at the other end.
Yeah. I mean, I must stress, it's only my opinion on the boundary stop. Plenty of people think that he was touching the rope. I suppose my issue is can be over the rope as long as you're not touching it. We couldn't get a look at that from the replay.
Shot. This goes all the way. Balle. Kinna sona. Shaka lagya. Well, that has come sweet out of the middle of the bat there of Shoaib Khan. Sweeter than a bowl of rasmalai. What a lovely shot that is. And just showing what I knew about him. I said right at the beginning of this match, I think Shoaib could be the key with the bat. And, well, he's proving me right. What a great innings this has been. He's hit the ball beautifully, 37 to 13. And now he goes for another back-to-back sixes, and that will be that. It is victory here. Surely that seals it, doesn't it?
Yeah, that'll tie the scores, I think.
That ties it.
I need one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, tries something
more or less done.
Yeah.
One to come.
I mean, I suppose it won't matter in the end. A contentious one because Germany are doing this easily. Yeah. This is what happens when somebody clicks, and this is what's happening. Shoaib Khan just picks that leggy, goes big, goes out of the ground. Germany, any score wins it for them now.
And that will be it, and to the cheers and the delight, and there he is, Shoaib Khan. He stands in the middle of the Cardamom Oval. He lifts his arms aloft to say, there you go, boys. The revival of the Equipo Almania continues. It's a comprehensive victory. Shoaib Khan, well, he seals it with that one. A lovely shot from him. And, well, Maya, she's up and about. Well, she was down the other day, and nice to see that the CEO as well, he's pretty happy about things, isn't he? And was talking to him the other day, and he's saying, well, he doesn't know what's going wrong at the moment, but he's going to have a big smile on his face now, Brian Mantle, as his boys get a victory. Well, he's pretty happy to give them all high fives, but they're going to give a very warm welcome and lots of high fives and team hugs to Shoaib Khan, who really has shone from here today. He's done the job with the ball. I think he's bowled beautifully. And then with the bat, well, there you go. You got Asad Ali also saying, hey, well about it. It's been a brilliant knock from Shoaib Khan. He's got a big smile on his face. And just like that, you know, all of a sudden Germany now look like they're a dangerous outfit. The batters are starting to click. They're bowling well. Oh, that's a lovely moment there. Rohit saying, Rohit said, well, Rohit definitely needs Ali Prawn. That's because he needs some to show him. He's a big guy, you know, big unit. Plenty of muscle there, plenty of power, and you can see that from the number of balls that he muscled over the boundary. He finishes with 49 of 15 after the 6 to hit the ball over the fence to give them the victory, 108 to 102, and they do it with 12 balls to go in it.
It's pretty comprehensive in the end. They just needed someone to click, and how good was Shoaib Khan there? He's waited all week, and look, to be fair, it was a game where a few guys that had been quiet came of age this week. Mohammad Sahak in the first half, but Shoaib Khan takes them all the way. There's a guy that has had a good week. Raz Iqbal, he'd do his best to keep his team in the game, but when it comes down to it, well, the group games were for show, but the finals for dough. And right now, Germany are a team with a lot of momentum. It'll be a really interesting clash against Italy in the final as well, because the Italians, they've been just resting up at the hotel all day. Meanwhile, Germany have been building ahead of steam. But can they keep up their momentum into the final, which will start in around about an hour and a half's time? But Ravi did very well to grab the ball and get his arm down onto the stumps in time. Everything mattered, you felt. Norway, it's going to be so hard to say goodbye to them because they've had a very, very exciting week. And right now, Germany have just knocked them off at the right time. And you've got to give full credit to the Germans. They held their nerve in this run chase.
Yeah, they certainly did. Look, when the chips are down, they're down. And when you're performing badly, you know, Germany, don't forget, they've struggled. And I mean struggle big time. They've scored 59, 58 in defeats. They've been the team really in a low. You've seen it in the body language where, of course, Norway, they've been completely different. And, you know, that sums up what Norway were all about for me. The passion, the desire, the dynamics. I've loved what they brought to this. They played really well as a team. And that's why I think they've been getting those results. They've played well. They've enjoyed it. It's rubbed off one another. They've had a fantastic championship. But really, I think this was the story of Germany coming good at the right time. And though Norway, look, don't forget the recovery they made to get to 100 on the board. They gave themselves the runs they needed. They would have backed to get 100 and try and defend that. But Germany was just on another level today. We know they've got good hitters. Stanik Zai. We know about Rohit Singh that we see there on the picture there. We know about Shoaib Khan as well. These are guys that can really take the game away from you. They haven't clicked, but as good teams do, how many times do we say, if you're a champion, if you're a winner, well, when the chips are down, that's when you perform. That's exactly what Germany have done and starting to do. Italy, be warned.
You see, that's the one that finishes off Shoaib Khan. He says, finally, it's clicking for me. And Germany have played their way into the final. They are one match away from staying here in Spain for another week. And no doubt for me, the player of the match, Shoaib Khan, has to get it. And Norway, who had defended so well all week, just let themselves down, I think, in a couple of areas. I just think, it just didn't click for them. And someone like Vinay Ravi just wasn't as effective as he usually was. Now, Shoaib Khan finishes with 49 off just 15 balls. He won't care that he doesn't get the half century because he gets his team through to the final. That's the important thing. And it was Vasikaran that was with him at the end, but before that, it was Chickenai with a quick fire 16 straight out of the gate, and Stanik Zai, who went for 26. But he just sat back when Shoaib Khan came to the crease and watched the fireworks happen. Like I said, Ravi, bit of an off game for him, 28 off his 2 overs. Chinwari tried hard, 1 for 14. Mushtaq just got the 1 over in the end, 1 for 7. But Mohammad Sahak ended up going the journey, didn't he, as the Germans brought up the win with 12 balls to spare. Well, once again, I want to say a big thank you to everyone for joining us so far on finals day here in Group D. As we get ready to take you into the final, we'll be back in around about an hour and 20 minutes time, and you can see that we can now probably put Germany in there against Italy as the team that will be playing for the right to stay. That one coming up in around about an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, what a match it's going to be, Vinny. I'm really looking forward to this. We know Italy, they've been a team, but with just that one loss. And funny enough, their loss was to Norway. That one loss, since then, they've got better and better. I think they were tested this morning. They had to dig deep a little bit to find that victory, but they did. But they're in good form, and they're going to come out there blazing the way they do. But they're going to be slightly concerned here now, because now all of a sudden they're seeing a German team that are starting to show just why they were at the beginning, at the start of this group. A lot of teams were talking about Germany and Italy being the two teams that make it all the way to this Group D final. There was doubts about Germany, the way they started, but they proved once more, that they are a class outfit. They're a strong team. They were firing cold, but now they're hot again. And right now, with those 2 victories that they've had, I don't think anybody would really fancy playing them. They look like a team you want to try and avoid. But like, Italy got no options. What a final is going to be.
Think of the day that these 2 teams have had so far. Italy, they won their first game. They've gone back. They've relaxed. Meanwhile, Germany have played 2 intense matches, and they've won both of them. So they've got the right. I wouldn't say it's quite a 50-50. I think Italy deserve favouritism given the week that they've had. Remember, Italy won 7 of the 8 games in the group stage, and Germany only won 2. But so far, they're a team that is red hot. Join us in around an hour and 20 minutes for the final, Italy versus Germany in match 24, the Group D final. Until then, it's Vinny Sandy here, Mr. Maximo and Rico Full. We'll see you shortly for more action and entertainment. We'll find out the missing piece of the puzzle and the team that will go through to Championship Week. You're watching ECN, and this is the Dream 11 European Cricket Championship.